Well, first and foremost, every family has values, whether they're clarified or not. So they're there. They're either spoken and defined, or they're unspoken and assumed. And so the challenge is if you're not clarifying them and you're not speaking them, everyone in the family may be operating under assumed values that are all different.
Welcome to the Stronger Families Podcast. My name is Justin Free, and I'm one of your hosts. We'll hear from real people with real stories and God-centered wisdom to help strengthen families. Whatever season you find yourself in, whether joy, struggle, we hope that this is encouraging and equipping for you. So let's build stronger families together. Hey, welcome back. We are on the Stronger Families Podcast. Emily and I here. Back with the Kruses.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
And today I am extremely excited as we're navigating, looking at how to build strong families. Stronger families.
Amen.
How to build stronger families. Today I want to look at the significant importance of defining and having clarity around values as a family. What happens when we don't have values? What are we missing out on? How do we create values? What does that conversation look like? And then what's at risk if we don't? What have we seen? What have we experienced? So the family values, what's significant? So to start, what happens when you don't define values and direction as a family?
Well, first and foremost, every family has values, whether they're clarified or not. So they're there. They're either spoken and defined, or they're unspoken and assumed. And so the challenge is if you're not clarifying them and you're not speaking them, everyone in the family may be operating under assumed values that are all different. And they actually all may be in conflict.
Oh my goodness.
So literally you may have a point of tension where you both have an assumption that this is a shared value and you actually have a different value than each other because of how you were raised, because of hurts you've been through, because of your experiences. And so literally you're like, why are we always coming up against this point of frustration in our marriage? It may just be that there's an unspoken value that you have that's different that no one's ever put words to.
Right.
So values inform behavior. So whether you realize or not, the things that are important to you will inform what you say, what you do, and how you do it.
Wow.
And so the definition and clarity of values within a family is just mission critical.
Yeah.
It's what informs how you guys behave and what's most important to you. I mean, I remember just probably 2 years ago, I looked up and I was like, man, I can tell you the values of our church by heart. Like I could go through and just spout off the values of our church. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I could tell you the values of a business that I was connected to. I could tell you the values of multiple things, but I realized I could not tell you the values of our family. We had talked about them. We even wrote them down one time, which I had forgotten that we had done. I literally forgot they existed.
No. Yes.
No joke.
Yes.
Because it had been like 6 years ago.
You're like, hey, we should do value.
I literally was that, and Angela goes, we did this.
We
And I was like, we did?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They were really good too. They were really good.
We've had several children since then.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I realized, man, that I could not tell you one of them.
Wow.
And that was a vulnerable place.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
So how did that start? Like what did it look like when you guys, because we are in that boat.
Yeah.
We have talked about them. We have we would probably even agree on a few.
Yeah.
But there are probably some that we have that maybe are not communicated, kind of what you said. They're uncommunicated and assumed. Maybe we have some of those.
Yep.
But we haven't sat down and been like, here's our 4.
Right.
Here's the
So
paintings on
let
the
me
wall.
Let me write down
Here's
my
the
notes
mural.
on how to do this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just speak to us
Yeah.
as a young family. Like,
Like
where do we start? What do we do?
What questions did you ask? Like what kind of walk us through what did that look like as you established?
I mean, to be honest, at first I think we were a little intimidated. Like we started to have this conversation in August of 2 years ago, but we didn't actually sit down to clarify them until November.
Yeah.
In Cancun, we're all nice.
We're all
conversations.
good
Yeah.
values
Get
conversations
away
should
on a
happen.
vacay, first of all.
So just so you know,
yes.
All inclusive.
the most important piece is
It helps.
Cancun and all of
And this
this.
is a sponsor of this podcast, Norwegian Cruise Lines.
We're not actually sponsored.
Sandals Resort.
Not sandals.
Not
we
sponsored
we
at
can't
all.
afford them.
Yeah.
But truly, like we started the conversation in August, but I mean, the reason it took us several months is because like we each needed to take some time, think on it,
Yeah.
pray on it, and begin to process and do some writing and journaling before we sat together.
Yeah. That's good.
just to prepare our hearts, because we didn't want to take it lightly.
Yeah.
We didn't just want to throw something on a page and we look up in 2 years and we're like, those aren't actually our values at all. Like we eat
We
mac and
needed
cheese.
something, so we
Like
put
we
something
did
in.
eat mac and cheese and now we don't. Like that's probably shouldn't have been our value. But yeah, what we did is we actually planned a trip, just a one-on-one trip, which I wish we would have done more of in the first several years of our marriage. We just didn't know how important it was.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be fancy. It's not always going to be expensive, but just uninterrupted change of pace, change of place to get eye to eye. And so that was a super important part of this, that we didn't try to force it into the normal rhythm of life.
Right.
We weren't like in between like soccer and tennis and we're like, hey, let's talk family values real quick. Quick, get out a notebook. Let's write these down. Like we had to change of pace, slow down.
That's good.
And go, hey, what are some things that need to be on here? And so what we did first is we just brainstormed.
What was felt, though, before you get into this, what was felt that caused you to take the step to establish these values?
I mean, I think it was the realization that our family had grown, our responsibilities had grown, and we weren't clear on exactly where we were going or how we were going to get there. And then the other thing is we had a family scenario that prior Christmas where we had some tension at a family Christmas. And as the tension in that family Christmas built, the Lord hit my heart strongly that if we had shared agreed upon family values, that it would have brought an opportunity for us to have some conversations that could have brought in peace. But I realized in that we did have family values and they weren't the same. And that was what was causing the tension.
Yeah.
We each had unspoken family values, but they weren't the same values. And so it was like this moment where I could fast forward 20 years from now when our kids are adults. And I was like, man, if we don't help them begin to define these now, we have 5 of them and they're very different personalities. And if they don't have a common ground to come back to, they will fracture. So that for me was a huge catalyst.
So it's not only for you.
No.
And you.
That's right.
As you're leading your home.
We need the kids to be able to verbalize.
Correct.
These are our family
And
values.
live out.
Okay.
And we have a specific day that we go through all of them. I mean, Obadiah could tell you all 12 of them.
And he's how old?
4 years old.
And how many are there?
I would
12.
I would
12.
never encourage
No.
anyone else to have
12
that
kids.
many.
12 kids or
There are
5?
not 12 kids. There are 5 children.
Kids.
Yeah.
Here, and I'll go back to our process again. We probably each spent a couple of hours on our own writing. And by the time we came together, there were 20 to 30 things we wrote down. But obviously, like, you can't have 20 family values.
Yeah.
I think for most families, 4 or 5 is great.
Yeah.
Yes, we landed on more than most, but that's not the target.
Right.
Yes. We
I
use
just-
many words, both of us.
Yeah.
I
So.
just wanted to bring to the forefront how old he is. He's 4, and there's 12 things, and he knows and can recite and can understand them
Yes.
because of the weekly rhythm that
That's
you guys
right.
have of talking about it. And
So good.
That's
And that was the second phase. So we wrote them
Yeah.
in November, and then we were like, now
in
what?
Cancun.
Right.
In Cancun. Like, sure, we can put them on a wall.
Yeah.
Sure, we can print them off and put them in our kids' lunch boxes. But like the question we then asked is, now what?
Because it would be a repeat of what we'd done the
Yeah,
first
we'd
time.
already done this
We'd
once
be
before,
like,
and I
oh.
forgot we'd even done it.
Yes.
And so as we began to talk, we were like, hey, we need anything worth doing is worth doing in a weekly rhythm. Some things are more frequent, but I'm telling you, God's design in doing things in a weekly rhythm, I just grow more and more convinced that it's His way.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so for us on Sunday evenings, it's just something we've decided to do. At dinner on Sunday nights, we talk about our family values.
And
It's
if
just-
we sit down without the paper, they'll say, family values. We need to
They
get our
want it.
family values.
They want it.
Yeah.
yeah, because they just know, what do we do at dinner on
So
Sunday nights?
what does that look like? Do you guys just go around popcorn like, hey, what's one of our values?
Yeah, do you want to talk through it, the rhythm?
We pick one to focus on for each week. And then throughout the week, we're, if it's, we care for our bodies well, then, we went to the gym this week and we were eating well and we did a special way of eating in January. So we're talking through that. So we'll focus on one each week. And then we do go back through and review all of them. And then, each of us takes turns, and then sometimes promptings of, some of them are lengthy. Again, Aaron and I both love the words. And so we'll go through and each of us will get a chance to say them. And so it's just that, reiteration.
It's the rhythms.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically each week we'll highlight the one from the last week and talk about, is there any stories from this week where we got to live out that value?
Yeah.
Did you see a sibling honor that value this week? And Malachi might say, man, I really saw Augustine, man, we walk passionately with Jesus as one of our core values. Well, I saw Augustine consistently getting up and spending time with Jesus this week. Man, I just love the way he was reading his Bible. So they get to even honor each other a little bit. So yeah, you said that moment, and then we go through all of them, and then we focus on one for the next week, and we talk about it. So either Angela or myself, or we may have one of the kids. So this week it's, hey, we have fun and laugh often. Like that's our family value for this week. So like, what are some ways this week as a family we can be intentional to have fun and laugh often?
Okay, break it down for me.
Break
it down.
Okay.
Sorry.
Break it down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought music. Okay.
Hey.
We have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and 00, as Justin was
Double
saying.
zero.
00, the twinsies. How do we do this? Do we do this with it? Can they, participate? What does that look like?
I say for sure.
Yeah.
I think even a lot of our rhythms, like, we may get into what we do for Shabbat and that sort of thing. It's not like we all sit down and they're just quietly like,
it's chaos.
Please present what you have for us, Mom and Dad.
Pandalarian.
We are right there,
And that's not even a
folding
word.
their hands and their.
No.
It's wild.
Every
it's
time.
wild. And
Every
a kid
time.
may be in their underwear.
100%.
And they're laughing and
It's
making
chaos.
jokes and standing on the chair but it's getting in them.
Yeah.
And I think, you have a kid watch a movie a couple times, and the things that we notice very early on with Malachi, he's coming out, he's quoting like half movies.
Yeah.
And we're like,
which is
if
kind of terrifying.
this is in them,
Yes, it is.
they can have other things in them.
Yeah, more
and so
important
we
things,
start, even the questions, the kids are in and around our catechism questions at 2 years old.
2 and 3. Yeah.
And they start being able to say these things. And so just knowing it's going to be wild, you can't drop the expectations.
Yes.
This isn't going to be picture perfect and everyone's going to be calm and quiet. It'll be wild, but the things that they will get inside of them from the consistency, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, we'll be going around hitting all the family values, and Oliver's just shouting. He's like, I guess this is what we're doing. And so he'll just like yell from the corner. Like he's just like, I guess we're yelling. Like,
And he knows some of the words, so he'll shout some of the words.
we do hard things. He's like yelling.
Yes.
It's it's chaos.
So
And that's
definitely do that.
That's
we
part.
have a lot of yelling.
That's
chaos.
part
You can do
of
pandemonium.
just being lovingly relentless. Like we're going to do this, and it's not going to be perfect, and it's going to be messy, and there's going to be weeks you get done and you're like, that was pointless. Like that was the worst.
I'll make eye contact with Aaron and I'll go, is that the answer you were looking for?
Yeah.
No.
And then there's times like we get like 3/4 of the way through it and look at each other and we both are like, that was it. Like we're done now.
We're
Like
done
we'll
now.
try again next week.
Yes.
Like, but that's the thing. We try again next week.
That's it.
I think it goes back to last episode or one of the episodes, I can't remember. We were talking about just the importance of getting into the word and the consistency. And you said with anything that we talk about, the relentless consistency is the most important thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like relating back to the word, you get up and you spend like this morning, I got up at 5:30 and my children got up at 5:45.
Yes.
I opened my Devo and I read a little bit of it, and I opened my Bible, read a little bit of it, but then, life comes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it may look different. Same thing as this. It could be 5 minutes, it could be terrible,
Yes.
but you just keep doing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important, just the consistency
Yeah.
Yep.
aspect.
And the fact is, on anything that we're talking about, you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow it. You're gonna. It's not either not gonna go well, or you're gonna miss a week. And there are times we miss weeks. I mean, this last weekend we had an opportunity to go to Collide Night. So I took my oldest, and it was an event for 6th through 12th graders with our church, and it was a really cool moment. It was a very cool shared experience for he and I to worship together and to hear an incredible word and to be around other young people, and it was awesome. But it was on Sunday night, and so obviously we didn't do our family values. But what did we do Monday night? We did our family values on Monday night. And so just the flex to be able to know, just, hey, this is something we do weekly. Most of the time it's on Sundays, but it's not like we're going to say no to another opportunity God has for us because we're so rigid. So this isn't legalism.
Yeah.
It isn't like, oh gosh, we have to hold this and grip it. It's like, no, like there's a rhythm to it. That's why the word rhythm is like, it flows. And so there are weeks that things hit on Saturday most of the time, and then once in a while it hit on Sunday based on what needed to happen on Saturday. We had a birthday party. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like there's grace. It's just, you miss a week, don't miss two.
Yeah.
You know,
I Man, I love that the flexibility, I think, makes some of what the establishing values and continuing just to, you said relentlessly pursuing. But man, I see so many families that their schedules are so full that if they miss a Sunday night, they may not have another night until 3 Sundays from now. Can you speak to just maybe what you've chosen not to do and maybe what you've chosen to do? Is that a part of a value? Like, how should we structure our week?
That's really good.
What should we prioritize and what should we not?
Yeah.
Because if you're saying some of the key components to developing and building a stronger family is this relentless pursuit and being flexible, most of us don't have flexibility.
Wow.
So can y'all speak to maybe times you haven't got it right, maybe you have, and
thoughts
how
on
that
that?
falls into values?
Yeah, and I think this is just like, I think when someone says, I don't have time to read the word or I don't have time to work out, because I would love to present. We have 5 kids. There have been seasons that we've had 3 in tennis, 1 in gymnastics, and 1 in soccer. And we have still continued to do our rhythms. And so find a time that does work. There has to be one, or if there's not, you need to have a little family come to Jesus meeting and say, this is when we're going to do this. Everyone protect this time.
Yeah.
It may be a Sunday afternoon after church.
Yeah.
It may be Saturday night, whatever, whenever you can make that window happen.
Yeah.
Again, we've had seasons where we've had too many things going on, and we've still made these work in the weekly rhythm. And so I think, again, it's just the fighting for, we're going to make this happen.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, and there is to answer the other half of your question, there is a reality to discerning what to say yes to and what to say no to as a family. Because if something is in today's world, it'd be easy for every kid to have 8 activities and we're running around like crazy people. So, one of our family values is we protect the closeness of our family. Well, part of the way we protect the closeness of our family, that word protect was chosen on purpose. There's a strength to it. There's almost a level of aggression to that word. And it's on purpose because we're going to have to say no. So sometimes by saying no to things, that's how we protect the closeness of our family, is because if a decision we make means we're never going to have dinner together, it's a no.
Yeah.
If something means that we're going to miss some of our rhythms every single week, it's just a no.
Yeah.
Because we protect the closeness of our family. Like, these moments are really important to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, what you're saying, I know I've seen you walk out like y'all's family. We obviously in certain seasons are almost forced. Like when you have little kids, or you're almost like your calendar is home.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
It kind of is. But there is a, I feel this like naturally growing tension just as kids get older.
It changes.
You just kind of do what they do.
Yes.
And you kind of just, and it goes back to our last conversation, drifting. Just if you're not intentional,
Yes.
you're going to continue to drift into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can y'all speak to,
Yes.
and feel free to weigh in on some of this too, because we do have some family values that we have agreed on. But what are some of the practical values that you've established, maybe that could help jog a memory for them, or maybe give them a lane to run in to establish their own? Maybe what are the categories that you started with? Like, we want a family, we want a marriage, and we want a whatever. Like, what are some, get the ball rolling in a direction for them?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I think there are categories for sure. And I think that anytime Aaron and I approach, even when we're talking with a couple and we're talking boundaries or that sort of thing, there are going to be physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. And so I think those would be kind of some good categories.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
Physically, what are our goals? Well, we care for our bodies well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so we are
steward.
disciplined and care for our bodies well. So that
Right.
that there's two pieces for us for that value. We are disciplined because discipline plays out in every category.
Yes.
But specifically, we wanted to connect that to how we take care of and steward the bodies God gave us. So like that allows us to talk every week that we hit that about what we eat and sleep and movement. And like, so that value that we come back to with our kiddos,
Right.
really good.
but then, and obviously every time we talk about we are disciplined, they're like, yeah, you spanked me. I'm like, well, that's part of it. We'll get to
One
that.
form of discipline.
But
And we
for
do.
them,
We
it's
do
just, the older kids are just now getting to a point where they understand that discipline is much more than discipline. Like
Yes.
that self-discipline is so important.
Yeah.
And so like Angela said, like that category for us, that was an important value because it's like, hey, we need to have conversations around this consistently
Yeah.
because we know that, man, in a lot of ways, when you find areas of discipline, it creates freedom in other areas in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we walk passionately with Jesus as our number one because, like we've talked about with this
Yes.
podcast,
Everything flows from
If you haven't watched all of them, go back,
Go
watch.
back, yeah.
But we talk about that's the pillar of everything,
Yeah,
and
we
so
walk
that's our
passionately
number
with
one.
Jesus.
We walk passionately with Jesus.
Yeah.
We honor authority with true humility.
That's a big one for us.
One of the funny things,
Wow.
Evie actually kind of swapped it, and she said with true riches, and I'm like, that's bribery. That's not what we
And
believe in.
that's
And so
not
now
our
every
family
time-
value.
Yeah.
We don't bribe people.
Yes. Every time I hear it, I want to switch the words now. But and you'll get it's like you'll have these.
Yeah, for
funny
6 months
moments
she
that-
would
yes.
shout that.
Riches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
True
true riches.
riches.
We honor
Yes.
authority with true riches. So she wanted to
Yes.
bribe the authority.
I feel that
Yes.
sometimes.
Amen. Sometimes you
Ice cream
gotta.
Fridays, where I'll bribe you.
Yeah.
Good attitude today.
That's right.
Riches.
That's right.
We serve one another and others
With true humility.
With true humility. We are thankful in all things. I mean, I think it's a lot of, again, what Aaron said. I think a lot of them are going to line up and agree, but some may surprise you. Oh, you've been operating under that. I didn't know. Like, that's that important to you. I didn't know. And so having the conversation, being on the same page, and then going in the direction together, I think is
Yeah,
huge.
that's right.
What's a good prompting question for your, so from what I understand, you guys had your own brainstorm to yourself and then you came together and you brainstormed together. What can I ask myself when I'm brainstorming values? Like, what's a good prompting thing to put at the top of my journal that's like, that leads me into that?
I mean, I think it's as simple as, hey, in terms of how we do life, what is most important to me? And I think that's an easy question because for you, things may come out you that surprise you because you may say, man, being on time is really important to me.
Right.
Like timeliness is really, really important.
I feel that.
And or you may have someone who's like, man, the freedom to not have to be on time is really important to me. So if you have one spouse who's timely, if you have one spouse who's listen, if you have one spouse whose value is timeliness and the other one is the freedom, we have a tension point.
Right.
So like for us, these are not our values, but we quickly realized in marriage that like I love the power of something being in the calendar and being recurring because I don't have to think about it. Because it's like, man, if I know every Thursday we're hanging out and doing a podcast, man, that's freedom for me because I never have to think about it. I just know every Thursday we're going to show up and do this. If I tell Angela, hey, every Thursday at this time you have to do this one thing,
Trapped.
she feels trapped. And she's like, no. You can't commit me to be in the same place at the same time every week because that is not fun for her. So we had a different value system in that area of our lives that we've had to work through because we're wired different.
Yeah. Okay. Can some of these, can they be aspirational? Like
Yes.
maybe we don't
currently
do this,
live them
for
out.
sure.
Yeah.
and I really do want this.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think
Some
it
will be.
Because then all of a sudden you're having family discussions about how do we do this, and you're keeping it on the radar as a unit and what you're going after. You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay.
That's great.
We had some homework, babe.
I feel like we're going to have a couple aspirational family values.
I feel like there might be some tension here. Okay, so the weekly challenge, are we good to jump into that?
That's it.
The weekly challenge for this week is to have all your values. No, I'm just kidding. That's a rule. The weekly challenge is to just schedule a time with your spouse.
It's great.
Put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
You don't have to know where you're going or what it's going to look like, but just get with your spouse and put that time on the calendar now. Like text them, be like, hey, this is the podcast. We're doing this. I've got this weekend booked. And then you can figure out the details later, but just put it on.
And I would just say it doesn't have to be Cancun. Like this could be
It helps.
It can be.
It is
But this
helpful.
can be 3 hours at a coffee shop.
Yes.
So get a babysitter. This can literally be you stay in town and you just block off 3 hours at a coffee shop and you just sit and you look eye to eye and begin to process through this.
I do think childcare is important
Oh, it's
because I
huge.
do think
It makes all the difference. Yeah,
you
try.
have the
Yeah,
aerial
yes.
view. You're not,
Yes.
like, how about no more children?
You
Like,
need to not be.
No more children.
You need to not be interrupted. So yes, find childcare, find a change of pace, change of place. But it can be literally go to a coffee shop, spend a few hours.
That's good.
Thank you for joining us on the Stronger Families podcast. If today's conversations encouraged you, helped you, equipped you, we would love it if you shared it with another family. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And remember, let's build stronger families together.